Hello, this is Haley Luritzen, one of the instructors in the Department of Social Work, and we're making these videos to help students learn how to use Sonia once you have entered our field education program. And so this program is going to be where students will access all of the forms that they need, the timesheets, the schedule of hours, your journals, your learning plans, applications to the program, etc. All of that's going to be found on Sonia, which is our new software used for our field education. This software also is going to be accessible by your field instructors and your task supervisors, as well as your course instructors. So everybody that is working with you in your field internship will have access to your online Sonia account. And I'm going to walk you through how to do these different forms that we have so that you can have a real clear understanding of what you're supposed to be doing in Sonia. This first video is how to create your schedule of hours. So the first thing you're going to need to do is sign in to your Sonia Live account. And so we will provide you with the link that you can click to get to this site right here, and you'll identify your role as the student. You'll have a username and a password that's going to be given to you, that you'll create your own password, but your username will be given to you. And you can sign in. Now I've already entered my information here, and so I'm just going to click to sign in, and I'll show you how to access your schedule of hours form. Okay, so once you get logged in, this is what your screen is going to look like. And you'll notice that my name has changed. I'm no longer Haley. I'm now listed as Amberly Maurer. And that is simply because for this part where I demonstrate how to find your forms, I have to be signed in as one of the students. And so Amberly is a current MSW clinical student. But she did just graduate from our BSW program this past May and went right into her master's. So you might know Amberly, and she's gracious enough to let us use her Sonia form. So for this one, what you'll see here is placements. That will list where you are placed at for your internships. It's going to identify any forms that you have assigned to you. So that this is the main page where you're going to need to be. And here, of course, we see where Amberly is placed and her forms. You're not gonna see the same forms as a BSW student, but you'll have BSW forms assigned to you. And if you are an MSW student, then you'll see something similar here. The schedule of hours is what we're going to be looking at today. And so you'll find the form that you want to edit. And then you'll come over here and click the edit button. Once you have done that, it will open up to the form. And a lot of the forms that we have created in Sonia are really pretty simple and walk you through the process, and they don't allow you the opportunity to leave anything blank. The schedule of hours is slightly different though. What you're going to do here, you'll see that your name will auto-populate here. You'll want to make sure that's accurate. And then you're going to go through the weeks that you are going to be in your internship. And so as I scroll down, you'll notice that there are opportunities for 16 weeks, as there are 16 weeks in the semester. However, some of you are only in your internships for 13 weeks, some might be 12 weeks, and some might be 11 weeks or a variation of that. So, and then others might be there for 16 weeks. So you have the availability for 16 weeks, but you really need to follow whatever your program requires. So BSW juniors, 13 weeks, BSW seniors, 12 weeks, MSW students, yours is a little different. And then you'll go in, so that'll fill in the dates. You need to identify, click this arrow here and identify what days you plan on being at your internship. And you can click as many. So if you're going to be there every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, you would click those 3. Then over here, you're going to put your projected time in and out, and you'll see the example right above here, and this is free text, so you just type it. So you wrote you're going to be there on Monday from 9 a.m. to 4. And then, but on Wednesdays, you can only get there at 11 a.m. to, you're going to stay till 5. And then Fridays, you're going to go in at 8 a.m. and only stay until noon. Okay, so whatever your schedule looks like, that's what you are going to put in here. As a reminder, your schedule is not determined until you meet with your field instructor and your task supervisor and ask them when is a good time for you to be in your internship that works for both them as a field placement and for you as a student. This is not, the student does not get to go into the agency and say, here's when I'm going to be here. This is the only time that works in my schedule, so here's when I'm going to be here. That is not appropriate or professional, and that's not what you are going to do. You have to have a conversation with your site and with your field instructor to say, you know, these are some of the times that work for me. Would this be a good time to come in? Are there better times? Maybe I can adjust my schedule and accommodate a little. And you have to be flexible and willing to adjust your schedule to meet the needs of your internship. That is a requirement of our field education program for all students. So make sure you're having that conversation before you go in and fill this out. The next part, the next column is your supervision. So when are you planning on having supervision with your field instructor? Now, if your field instructor is at the agency that you're doing your internship, your supervision may be within these times. So it might be Mondays at 11 a.m., right? And that's when you're at your internship. Or you could have supervision outside of the time when you're in your internship. So maybe you're going to do supervision on Thursdays after you get done with all your classes from 3 to 4. Okay, well, 3 to 4Z, my goodness, 3 to 4. Okay, so maybe this is when you're going to do your supervision. So now you need to add up your hours that you're going to be working. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, and I need all of you to pay attention. You need to add the total time that you are at your internship and supervision. They all add together. However, if your supervision is during the time that you are already at your internship, so as I said earlier, let's say your supervision is at your agency and you are there having supervision every Monday from 11 to 12, that 1 hour time slot is already accounted for over here. So as you're adding up your time, you don't double count your supervision. Now, if your supervision was outside of these 3 days and times, if it was a Thursday or a Tuesday or a Saturday, whatever it was, maybe a Friday at 4, as long as it's outside of these times, then you add that together. So you need to add from 9 to 4. That would be 7 hours, I think. Is that right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 7 hours there, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours there, and so on. So you add that together, 7 plus the 5 plus the 4, however many hours that is, you're going to come over here and you're going to put that in. So that might be, this is not accurate to what I wrote here, but let's just say it adds up to 15 hours a week. Okay, 15 hours a week. That's what I'm putting in right here. I go in and I do the next week, week 2. I put in all of my time that I'm going to be working. Now, some of this might be duplicate. You're going to work the same schedule every week. So you can just highlight this, copy it, and paste it in these boxes. Same for your supervision. You can copy and paste these in the boxes. You'll need to click on these every box. You'll need to click on the days that you work. Unfortunately, that doesn't copy and paste, but the hour column and the supervision column do. And you'll need to put in the total hours that you're going to be working for that week. At the end, when you're all done, you go through all of the weeks here, you'll come down and you're going to decide whether you want to save it. Maybe you're not ready to submit this form yet. You might just want to save it and come back and work on it a little bit here and there. You can do that. You can save the draft. But when you're ready for it to be reviewed, once you've got it submitted, or once you've got it complete, I apologize, once you have the form complete, you're going to submit this form for review. That form is going to be sent to your site contact, which is your field instructor and your task supervisor, but Sonia uses the word site contact. So it's going to send it to them. They're going to review this form and they're going to approve it by sending it back to you. If they will get it and they'll receive, I've reviewed it, I approve it, yes. Or if they don't approve it, let's say you've written that you're going to have supervision every Monday from 11 to 12 and your field instructor says, I can't do that day and time because we didn't talk about it ahead of time and that time doesn't work for me. So no, I don't approve these hours. And they're going to type in this box, supervision time does not work in my schedule. Please get with me and find a different time. They're going to then send this form back to you once they've completed it. You'll get notification that you've received a form that needs to be completed in your email. And you go back in, and then if it says no and they have changes they want you to make, you need to make those changes. And then you send it back to them again for another review. Once they approve it, they send it back to you, then you can get it and send it down here. The final submission is to your course instructor. You hit that button, it sends it to whoever your course instructor is, and they will review it and grade it. So that is a quick overview of how to do the schedule of hours. This column down here, I forgot to mention the sum. This will add all of these columns together, so it will tell you what your projected total of hours is. However, it doesn't add it up as you're putting it in. So as I type in 15 hours here and 15 hours here, you'll notice this does not change. But as soon as I hit save or submit, you'll see that number change, okay? So don't worry about that. It will change after you save it and move on to the next column or however if you submit it. I hope this video has been helpful to you to do the schedule of hours. We will do more videos to help walk you through each of the steps along the way.